Hi, and welcome to Rumbo al inglés. My name is Alberto Alonso, and I am here with the lovely, beautiful, charming, talented. Am I missing any?
You're too much, Alberto.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rachel of the River, Raquel del Rio.
Hi, Alberto.
Hi, Raquel. How are you today?
Not too bad, thank you. Yourself?
I'm good. Ask me why I'm good.
Why are you good?
Because I'm here with my favorite student.
Aww.
And my favorite students too. I have a few, well, I don't know how many, but probably thousands of students watching too, okay? And I'm sure they love you too, Raquel. Is that true? Do you love Raquel? Yeah.
Alberto, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. Am I making you blush?
Yes, you are.
Okay. What is this? What does this mean, to blush? Why don't you tell the people at home what this word means, just in case they don't know. What is it to blush?
To go red.
Yes, to turn red or to blush, usually because you get a compliment, un piropo, okay? You turn red or you blush. So, do you blush easily, Raquel?
Sometimes.
Yeah?
Not easily, but sometimes.
Okay, all right. All right, very good. Raquel, do I make you blush?
You did.
Okay, well, all right, let's take a look, Raquel. Today we're going to look at irregular verbs. I know, it's an ugly word. It's not a pretty word. Irregular verbs. Do you like irregular verbs?
Not very much.
I knew what your answer was going to be. It was almost like
Really?
a hypothetical question, right? Right? Okay. Well, irregular verbs, a lot of people study irregular verbs out of context. How did you study irregular verbs, Raquel? Tell me a little
I
bit
just studied them by heart. Learn them by heart.
Learning them. But did you learn them as, did you say, for example, the typical take, took, taken?
Exactly, one by one.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I see this all the time. Many times I'll be doing irregular work in a class. And I can see this and I'll say, how many times did you take a shower last year? And they'll be like, and I can see them going through the 3 columns. It's not good. Are you going to do this when you're in England asking for directions? No. But guess what? There's good news. Ask me what the good news is.
What are the good news?
One more time?
What are the new good?
What? Ask me that question again. I'm getting nervous.
What are the good news?
Okay, this is incorrect. Do you know why this is
No.
incorrect? Okay. Raquel said, what are the good news? Now, in Spanish, noticias, or noticia, is countable. In English, news is uncountable. News reports are countable, okay? But news is uncountable, so it would always be, what's the good news? Okay, this is another thing, it's not the same. Sometimes my students get frustrated because English and Spanish aren't the same. Many times they say, Alberto, but we don't say that in Spanish. I said, I know. That's why this is called English class. So sometimes the languages match up. Hacer juego. Sometimes they match up, but sometimes they don't. But you can't get frustrated. It's a different language. At least you're not studying Chinese, or maybe you are. But I'll tell you something. To study Chinese, you have to be an artist. Okay? Are you an artist, Raquel?
No, I'm not an artist.
No.
No.
Okay. Do you like art?
It depends.
Okay, all right. Like what kind of art do you like? Ballet, like performing arts? Or do you like sculpture? Performing arts.
Performing arts.
Okay. When was the last time you saw a play?
A play? A couple of years ago.
Okay, a couple of years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
How many plays, or let's see this, how many films have you seen this year?
This year?
This year, yeah. Estimate.
I don't know. Maybe 40?
Okay, I've seen. Okay, the reason I'm doing this, I'm setting you up. I'm putting you in a position to introduce the irregular verbs. My point I was making, it's not a good idea to study 3 separate words. Why? Because you don't know how to use them, right? It's like studying in Spanish, vino, vine. It doesn't make sense. But if you study them in a logical way, in their context, for example, let's take an irregular verb. Every day I speak English. Yesterday?
Spoke English.
Yesterday, sujeto. You want to put it in a sentence, right? Yesterday.
I spoke English.
Yesterday I spoke English. And lately, which is lately in Spanish, you want to look for key words, claves. Lately, so far. Those are key words. So far is hasta ahora. These are key words that tell you that you're speaking in the present perfect or the third column. So again, every day I speak English. Yesterday
I spoke English.
I spoke English. And lately?
I've been speaking English.
No, I've spoken. Because been is another irregular verb, but here we're dealing with speak. So lately I've spoken. Okay, so if you see, a good way to practice them. Every day I see my friends. Yesterday I
saw my friends.
And lately?
I've seen my friends.
Okay, exactly. Now what is the idea? It's practical. You're not using three separate words, but you're using them in the context where you'd normally use them. And how do you know your own language? Because you associate it. You know when you say en cuanto, you say puedas, not puedes. So you associate it, and that's the best way to study irregular verbs, to make them easier, right? Okay, and now what is the difference, Raquel? I know you don't like the grammar, but what is the difference between the second column, which is the simple past, and the third column, which is the present perfect, the past participle, which is used with have or has in the third person? What is the difference? Do you know?
In the third person?
Between the second column and the third column, which is the simple past and the present perfect.
It's totally different.
Okay.
The verb changed totally.
The verb changes, but in the use, in reference to time, what is the difference?
The second column, which is I spoke yesterday, is finished.
Yes, exactly. The second column, the simple past, the time period is finished. The action is finished. And the third column?
And the third column, I've spoken lately.
Yeah.
Spoken. It means, or it sounds like you're talking about the past, but maybe the time is not finished.
Yes, Raquel, you're so smart. Okay, the difference between the columns, you said the second column, the simple past, is a finished period of time or a finished action. The third column is that it started in the past, but the time period or the action has not finished. So, a perfect example. Yesterday, I read a book. Today, I've read 2 articles. Today hasn't finished. You see the difference? Now, be careful. A lot of people confuse it because in Spanish, you can say comí and he comido. And it's basically similar, right? Because he comido is, in Spanish, a more, if I'm correct, I don't know my Spanish grammar very well, but if I'm correct, he comido is a more recent past. Am I correct when I say that?
Yeah.
In Spanish. Well, in English, it's not, it has nothing to do with when it was done. It can be distant, it could be yesterday. The time period is continuing in the third column. Okay? Let's take a look at some irregular verbs. If you look at them that way, they make a little more sense, right?
Okay.
Are you just agreeing with me to agree with me?
No, I agree with you.
Okay. Don't kiss up. Remember from the last class. What is to kiss up? Yeah. It's a universal thing, right? It's like this. La cuenta. Check, please, or the bill, please, right? This is a universal symbol. Okay, let's take a look. How do you say encontrar in English? In the present.
Encontrar algo.
Yes.
I find something.
Yeah, to find, right. Now give it to me in the simple past, the second column.
I found something.
I found something, yeah. And the third?
I've found something.
Exactly, so every day I find money. Yesterday I found money. Lately I've, contraction, found money. Okay, and remember this v is very important, this have. Why? Because sometimes the second column and the third column are the same. So the only thing to distinguish them is that sound. V, have. Okay, let's do another one, okay? Perdonar. Tell me.
Forgive me.
Okay, forgive me. Yesterday?
You forgave me. No.
I'm going to teach you another trick, okay?
Forgive, forgave.
Forgave. Thank you very much. Okay, and the third column.
Forgiven me.
Okay, you've, right? Try and use it in the context. Remember?
You've forgiven me.
You've forgiven me
Lately.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a little trick, and this is a great trick. Okay? Give, gave, given. Forgive, forgave, forgiven. Another example of this. Mistake. Mistook, mistaken. Take, took, taken. Come.
Came. Come.
Yes. Become.
Became. Become.
So what's happening here, Raquel? Why don't you tell me what's happening there?
What's happening here?
What's happening? If the word is a part of another word, it conjugates the same way as the long word. Another example, get, got, got or gotten. Got in the UK, gotten in the United States. They're both correct. It's just a matter of personal preference. Forget is the same. Forget, forgot, forgotten. So if the word is a part of another word, it takes the conjugation of the smaller word. Become is the same as became. Forget is the same as get. You see? It's a little trick that can help you learn 2 or 3 words at the same time. Okay, another one. Disgustar. Okay? I'm not talking about wine. Okay, disgustar.
Dislike.
Okay, this is to upset. Okay, to upset. Okay, and this is another word. Set, set, set. Upset, upset, upset.
Upset.
Now, remember, to be upset, estar disgustado. You're the victim. If I am upset, you did something to me. If I upset you, I caused it. I did something to you. So to be means you're the victim. Okay?
Okay.
You understand the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, another one. Correr.
I ran.
Okay.
I run.
I run. So run is more, the mouth is more closed. I run. Every day I run 4 kilometers. Yesterday,
I run.
I ran. See, this is a very common thing. Now remember, when we use this second, because it's run, ran, run, what happened to my mouth? My mouth opened. Run, ran, run. So every day I run 40 kilometers.
Yesterday I ran
Yes.
40 kilometers.
And lately?
I've ran 40 kilometers.
Yeah, so the first is the same as the third. Run, ran, run. Run, ran, run. Okay, and the last one that we're going to look at today in the irregular verb category. How do you say confundir? Not confundirse, because this is to get confused. And we already know get. It's the same as forget, right? So how do you say confundir? Algo para algo o alguien para alguien. Do you know?
Algo para algo.
Yeah, so confundí tu boli para el mío. O confundí tu primo para tu hermano, for example.
Mistake.
Yes, to mistake. Yes, every day I mistake my friends for other friends. Yesterday?
I mistook. And lately I've mistaken.
Yes, and it's the same as take. Take, took, taken. Mistake, mistook, mistaken. All right, very good. Okay, now just be careful because cometer un error is to make a mistake. It's a little different. To mistake is confundir algo. To cometer un error o equivocarse is to make a mistake. We don't do mistakes.
No, we don't.
Make mistakes. Because if we do a mistake, then we made a mistake. Okay? All right, let's take a look here. So let's do a few translations very quickly, just using some of these, okay? Encontré mi pasaporte en la papelera.
I found my passport in the bin.
Yeah, I found my passport in the bin. Okay? Mi hermano me disgustó cuando me tiró el pasaporte a la papelera.
My brother upset me when he threw my passport into the bin.
Yes, okay. Or throw away is tirar algo a la basura. To throw out or throw away. Okay? So if my brother upset me, what happened? What was the result? Me disgusté. I
Got upset.
got upset or I am upset now. Okay? You see that I'm the victim. He's the cause. Okay? All right. ¿Has confundido a alguien con otra persona alguna vez?
Have you mistaken somebody with somebody else?
Okay, sure. Have you mistaken somebody with somebody else? And how do you say this alguna vez? That was correct. But if we want to put this alguna vez in there.
Sometime.
It's a common
Have
mistake.
you ever?
Have you ever? ¿Has alguna vez? Have you sometime? Doesn't exist in English. Have you ever taken tal? Have you ever been to China? Have you ever been to China?
No, I haven't.
Okay, why haven't you been to China?
Because I haven't got enough money to go to China.
Why haven't you got enough money? Negative questions.
Because I overspend money every month.
I'm impressed. I am impressed. Raquel, you never cease to amaze me. Cease es parar, right? This is an expression. You never cease to amaze me. You're using all the things I taught you in the last class. Raquel is the best. I hope you're using all the things I taught you in the last class. I'm going to check. I'm coming to each and every one of your homes and I'm going to make sure that you're using the things I give you, okay? Because they are imprescindible. How do you say this? Indispensable. Imprescindible. Indispensable. Okay? These are important things. So these are things I want you to apply too. And I'll be checking. I'm going to come to your houses like Santa Claus. I'll come to all of your houses, not on the same day. It's really difficult. But one by one, I'll visit all your houses and make sure you're using these and using them correctly. Okay, another one. Let's try this one, okay? Okay, no, nunca he confundido a nadie con otra persona. No, nunca he confundido a alguien con otra persona.
No, I've never mistaken anybody with somebody else.
Sure. Okay, are you ready? This is the mistake you made before. You made, right? This is cometer un error, okay? Corrimos lo más rápido posible.
We ran
Yeah.
as quick as possible.
Okay, we ran as quick or as fast as possible. Very good, very good, okay? Here's one that has a double, the victim and the cause. Are you ready? Ya estaba disgustado, pero cuando él dijo eso, me disgustó aún más.
I was already upset. But when he said that, I got even more upset.
Yeah, okay.
Really?
Sure, I got
Okay.
even more upset. Sure, okay. Now just be careful. Said, no. It's say, said, said. Think of this. Tengo sed. This is how you pronounce the second and third column of say. I said, he said. Okay? All right. Very good, Raquel. Okay, so you see, irregular verbs don't have to be difficult. Am I right?
You are right today.
I'm right today, only today. Thanks, I appreciate it. Okay, they don't have to be difficult, but look at them in context. That's how you learn, right? If you don't look at them in context, you're looking at 3 words and you don't know when to use the 3 words. Okay? Let's take a look at a little vocabulary. Vocabulary, okay? Today we're going to the mountains. Do you like the mountains?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good, good, okay. What is your favorite mountain chain? Mountain chain is what, like sierra, cadena de montañas. What is your favorite mountain chain? Do you have a favorite?
Pyrenees.
The Pyrenees, okay.
The Pyrenees.
Okay, and do you have a favorite village in the Pyrenees?
Andorra.
Andorra. This is a country. Isn't Andorra a
Yes,
country
it is.
technically? Okay, all right. I've never been. Ask me if I've ever been. Alguna vez, right?
Have you ever been to Andorra?
You're perfect. You're great. No, I haven't. Ask me why. Negative question.
Why haven't you ever been to Andorra?
Excellent. Because I have a long list of places I want to go, and Andorra's on my list because I like to snowboard. So I will go to Andorra eventually. Okay? All right, very good. So let's take a look at some vocabulary associated with the mountains. Okay? Well, this one not really. Well, okay. How do you say estendero? Camino.
A path?
A path. And usually the path is marked with flechas. How do you say flechas?
Arrows.
Arrow. You're great. Arrow, okay? I think this is a film with John Travolta, Broken Arrow, I think. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, okay? I'm not the best with popular culture, okay? So arrow. Give me an example of some places where you may find some arrows, besides a path I gave you. Where could you find arrows?
I don't know, Alberto.
Oh,
On the motorway.
Yes, of course. On the street signs, on the motorway, in your car.
The indicators.
The blinkers. We call these blinkers. To blink is this.
Oh,
Okay, so una luz intermitente is a blinking light. Okay? All right, so you see, everything starts to make sense if you look at it logically, right? So your blinker has an arrow indicating which way you want to go. Okay, let's look at another one. Now let's pretend, fingir, let's pretend that this is a cup of coffee. What am I doing?
steering.
Yeah, stirring. Be careful. Many people say removing. Remove es quitar. To stir is this. I am stirring the coffee. Do you know who says a famous movie quote with the word stir?
No, tell me.
James Bond. I'll take a martini, shaken, not stirred. Okay? All right, very good. Okay, now, I've heard a few different words for this. Sometimes when you're trekking or walking through the mountains, you get a little stone in your shoe, and it's very uncomfortable. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Okay, what is this called? I think it's guijarro or chinita, little Chinese, but that's not what it's called. What is it called? This little stone, do you know?
No.
Okay,
It's
do you
not
know?
sand, he said. Sand.
Sand is arena. This is very small stones, right? Okay, have you ever seen the Flintstones? Flintstones, meet the Flintstones.
Oh,
Habba
yeah.
yabba dabba doo ta. What is the baby's name? What is Fred, Pedro in Spanish, what is Fred's baby's name? Do you remember?
I can't remember now.
Her name is Pebbles. Chinitas. The baby is Pebbles. Okay, and a pebble, when you're walking and you get a pebble in your shoe, you have to take off your shoe because it's very uncomfortable. This is a pebble. Okay?
Okay.
And his baby's name is Pebbles. Okay?
Pebbles.
Yeah, that's the baby's name. Okay? Now, how do you say venda?
Bandage.
Bandage. Very good. Bandage. Now, also, how do you say, because there's another word that's related, repollo. It's not re-chicken. Repollo is not re-chicken. It sounds right. Okay, ocol. Repollo o col. How do you say this?
It's not cauliflower.
Cauliflower is cauliflower.
That's another thing.
Right, okay. Okay, it's cabbage.
Oh.
Cabbage. Now, what do these two words have in common? Nothing. Bandage and cabbage. Yes, they do. The ending of the word is with A-G-E. Well, this sound in English is itch. I-C-H. Listen. Cabbage. Okay? Baggage, equipaje, baggage, bandage. Repeat those words for me.
Bandage.
Yes.
Cabbage.
Yeah.
Baggage.
Perfect. Very good, very good. Okay. Secuestrar. Secuestrar. Well, this is another vocabulary word. How do you say secuestrar?
Kidnap.
To kidnap.
Kidnap.
Yes, okay. If you translate it literally, kid is niño, nap is siesta. Niño siesta doesn't really make sense, but I translate everything. I told you, this is one of my vices in life. I've been speaking 2 languages my whole life, and I translate everything. Kidnap. The person?
Kidnapper.
Kidnapper. Okay? How do you say renacuajo? Or it's not little frog.
I was going to say little frog.
No. It's a tadpole. It's a tadpole.
Okay.
Okay, a tadpole. And they live in a puddle. Charco. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay, and the last one, baston.
Something to use to walk.
Walking stick.
Okay.
All right, Raquel, we have to wrap up. We have to finish up. We're out of time. I know, don't cry. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you again, Raquel. It's always a pleasure working with you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alberto. Thank you very much.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.